Hey, it's me, Size7. Welcome to part 58 of my Library of Ruina walkthrough. I hope you're ready for the final reception.
그나저나 이 도서관은 많이 허물어진 줄 알았는데
The finale.
아직 힘이 남아 있나 보네.
By the by, I thought this library fell to bits for the most part, but it looks like its power is still there, right?
밖에서 분명 호시탐탐 이곳을 노리는 놈들이 널렸을 게 뻔한데 지금까지 아무도 들어오지 않고
There's gotta be a horde of
말이야.
people watching for the chance to raid this place out there, but no one has broken in so far.
나도 그 점은 의아해.
I find that peculiar as well.
엔젤라, 그 이유는 도서관이 네 자아의 껍데기.
That, Angela, is because this library is a shell of your mind and consciousness,
에고라서란다.
or ego, as you call it.
누구보다 인간만이 할 수 있는.
It's the consequence of making a decision that only a human could make.
그리고 누구보다 도시 사람답지 않은 선택을 한 결과지.
One that couldn't be further from what a resident of the city would choose.
언제부터 있었지?
How long have you been here?
머리에서 온 건가? 눈과 발톱까지.
A visitor from the head, huh? The eye and the claw, too. So this is an arbiter, claw, and an eye.
거기서 손가락 하나라도 까딱하는 순간 찢긴다.
Keep perfectly still, or you'll be torn apart.
명심하도록. 아무리 너라도 지금 상태라면 손쉽게 찢어발겨줄 수 있으니.
Remember, even you of all city folk can be ripped to shreds in your current state. He sounds amazing.
진짜.
Damn.
너희끼리 이야기를 끝맺어도 도시에 새겨진 뒤틀림은 끝나지 않았단다.
You may have concluded your own little tales, but the distortion still continues to grave its mark on the city.
새로운 색이 도시에 너무 깊게 스며들었어.
That new color has permeated the city much too profoundly.
그래서 머리는 우리에게 뒤틀림에 대한 책임을 묻겠다는 건가?
So now the head is gonna hold us accountable for the phenomenon. Is that it?
이미 뒤틀림에 대한 건 누구에게도 책임을 물을 수 없게 되었단다.
No one could be held responsible for the distortion at this point.
가슴 아픈 점은 애써 가꾸어 놓은 도시의 생태가 뒤바뀔 가능성이 있다는 거겠지.
Breaks my heart to think that it might shift the ecology of the city we had cultivated with care.
그렇다면 머리가 지금에서야 이곳에 행차한 이유는?
If so, what brings an agent of the head here, and why so late?
너와 도서관을 도시에서 축출하고자 왔단다.
We are here to expel you and your library from the city.
덤으로 이곳에 있는 바스라진 동료도 회수하고
And to retrieve a certain degraded colleague of ours.
그 뜻은
You mean
도서관을 엘사 둥지에서 외곽으로 축출할 거란다.
this structure in its entirety will be driven out and relocated to the outskirts.
도서관은 이미 도시의 불순물이야. 더는 두고 볼 수 없을 지경이지.
The library has already become an impurity of the city. We couldn't stand by any longer.
도서관이 힘이 있어서?
Are you disturbed by its powers?
아니란다.
Not quite.
엔젤라, 오직 너 때문이란다.
The sole reason is you, Angela.
인간이 아닌 게 인간으로서 품어야 할 생각을 품어서지.
An entity that isn't human entertained thoughts that only a human should have.
기계야, 아무리 마음을 가꾸고 생각을 해도 인간으로 태어나지 않았다면 인간이 될 수 없단다.
You poor machine. No matter how much you contemplate and enrich your mind, you cannot become human if you aren't born as one.
마지막에는 설마 인간으로 변모하나 했지만 중요한 때에 모든 걸 놓았다구나.
When I thought you might turn into a human at the end, you let go of all you had during that critical moment.
그 끝에 인간이 되었다면 도시에서 받아줄 용의가 있었는데 말이야.
Had you fully become a human at the culmination of the ordeal, the city would have been more willing to accept you, alas.
난 기계로 남아있어도 상관없어.
I don't care if I have to stay as a machine.
마음을 지닌 기계는 이 도시 어디에도 속할 수 없단다.
A machine with a heart has no place in this city.
너를 규정하는 태생에서 벗어날 수 없으니.
Cannot break free from your origin, which defines you.
그게 무슨 상관이지? 날 규정할 수 있는 건 나뿐이야. 그 어떤 껍데기도 필요 없지.
Why does that matter? I'm the only one who has a say in defining my identity. I don't need any flimsy husk to do it for me.
가증스럽게도 인간으로서 닿아야 할 마음에 굉장히 가깝구나.
How contemptible that your line of thought is so dangerously close to what a human must aspire to reach.
그렇게 내버려둘 수 없는 거야.
For further demonstrating why we cannot let you be.
인간 노래를 부르면서 잘도 뒤틀림은 내버려뒀네.
For someone who loves to preach humanity, you sure seem fine with letting distortions cause many a scene in your precious backyard,
뒤틀림은 응당 인간의 모습 중 하나니까. 우리가 보기에 그리 그릇된 것은 아니지.
By all manner of means, distortions are one of the many aspects of humanity. Their existence is not wholly wrongful from our point of view.
그저 때가 되었을 뿐.
It was simply time for them to emerge.
오히려 기계 따위가 인간다운 행세를 하는 것보다 낫지 않니?
Are they not more bearable than a meager machine putting up the charade of being human?
그러니 그 꼬깃꼬깃한 종이는 지금이라도 버리는 게 좋아. 귀여운 일을 참 태연히 해주다니.
So do yourself a favor and throw away that crumpled piece of paper. You've done something so cute, so nervously.
우리가 이 자리에서 너희를 죽인다면
Now what if we made you kick the bucket here?
축출은 예정대로 진행할 거란다. 피할 수 없지.
The expulsion will still take place as planned. It's inevitable.
너희와 도서관뿐만 아니라 엘사 자체가 머리에 오점이자 치부였으니까.
This matter goes beyond you and the library. L-Corp itself was a stain and a blemish to the head.
치부일만해. 엘사의 특이점과 그 최종 목표를 밟기 위해 조율자 비나.
No wonder it is. To trounce over L-Corp's singularity and its end goal, dispatch an arbiter by the name of Bina.
아니, 가리온을 파견했는데 보기 좋게 실패했잖아.
No, it was Garion, wasn't it? Regardless, it ended in utter failure, did it not?
가리온이 참 일을 어설프게 처리했지. 덕분에 균열이 이 지경까지 치달았으니.
Garion did such a sloppy job dealing with it. Now the chasm has grown too wide.
엔젤라, 인간의 마음을 품은 기계야.
Angela, the machine with the mind of a human. Like how all of them have their eyes closed right now.
너 따위로 인해 문이 닫히면 안 되는 거란다.
The door mustn't be closed because of something like you.
그러니까 나를 죽이고 도서관을 외곽으로 내쫓겠다는 거잖아?
If I'm understanding this right, you wish to put me to death and kick the library out into the outskirts. Is that correct?
그렇단다.
You guessed right.
난 이미 이곳에 나로서 존재하고 자신의 힘으로 서 있어. 그러니 너희가 짓거리는 헛소리는 가볍게 넘겨줄 수 있지.
I exist in this place as myself, standing on my 2 feet with my own strength. No problem brushing off the bullshit you're spewing on my doorstep.
그리고 비나도 그렇지만 너희는 참 길게도 말하네.
And you sure are verbose company, just like Bina.
꼭 불필요한 말을 덧대지.
You always add needless comments as if you just can't help it.
처형자.
Executioner?
도서관의 기능은 정지한 게 아니었어?
I thought the library ceased pretty much all of its functions.
조율자가 말했잖아. 도서관은 내 에고라고.
As the arbiter said, the library is my ego.
그렇다면 이 정도는 충분히 가능하지.
In that case, I can perform such feats without breaking a sweat.
그래봤자 손님을 상대하듯 잠시 물러난 것뿐이지만.
Although this is only a temporary retreat, similar to how guests are greeted.
기어코 머리까지 손님으로 받는군. 그래도 이곳에서의 마지막 손님이겠어.
We're finally receiving guests from the head itself, huh? I guess these are the last ones we'll get to greet from here.
그래. 어차피 나도 굳이 이 둥지에 있을 필요는 없으니까.
It seems they are. I don't have to stay in this nest anyway.
나가는 수고도 줄고. 좋네.
Good for us. Saves the trouble of packing stuff up to move. True. So now we're fighting the head. Like Zena's staying out of it for now. Okay. He's using Serum W. W is in W Corp. He's got Nullifier 1. Can block an attack whose dice value is 30 or greater. We can't see any of their HP or stagger values. What do I have? Ruina starts the battle with 25% less HP. Okay. I have nothing that can clash with this, so I'll just use this block dice to stop a little of the damage. I guess we'll just inflict some bleed. Man, what a cool animation. He took us on a tour of the library.
이제 지친 거니? 아직 제대로 시작도 안 했는데 말이야.
Exhausted already? We have yet to even expend any real effort.
사용자.
Executioner. I'll finish then. Guess he doesn't have a voice line there? Nope.
아니,
Alt.
이제 얼굴을 비추는구나.
Oh snap. It's Gebra. You've shown up at last.
우리 어디서 만난 적 있었나?
Have we met before?
엔젤라가 조금만 버텨달라더니 널 깨우리고 그런
So that's why Angela asked me to hang in there. It was to wake you up, huh?
기껏 돌아왔더니
What, you ain't pleased to see me coming to save your ass?
불만이 있겠습니까?
I'm not complaining, ma'am.
됐어. 정신 차리고 일어나게.
Don't worry about it. Just pull yourself together and get up. It's too early to flop down, you know?
어쨌든 와줘서 고마워. 혼자서 버티는 건 불가능했을 거야.
Thanks for coming. I definitely was not gonna make it through this alone.
이제 네가 있으니 한숨 놓겠어.
It's a relief to have you.
나도 끝까지 버틸 수 있다고.
Can't guarantee that I'll power through this either.
뭐 버틸 수 있을
Well,
만큼.
We'll have to try and stop them for as long as we can.
너희끼리 힘을 합쳐도 변하는 건 없을 겁니다.
Or that joining forces will not change the inevitable outcome of this.
다만 그 모습에 웃음을 금치 못.
Nevertheless, your efforts certainly are a joy to witness.
그래. 이 상황을 지켜보는 것도 나쁘지 않겠지만
Truly and indeed, but I would not mind to spectate the situation from a distance.
이곳의 처리는 확실히 해야 하니.
I must see to it that this place is dealt with thoroughly, so it'd be wise for me to participate.
일이 더 귀찮게 됐어.
Please don't. Don't participate, Zena. This just got more troublesome. Alright, what does she have? Pick line and line. So anything clashing with it, it's unaffected by power gain or loss. The target's current die cannot be recycled. And it ranged attacks. Okay, so I don't want Gebra to clash with her. But Roland's not rolling high. I guess I'll block some damage here. And I'll get the strength gain with that second dice. Can't play anything else. And that's 11 to 16. I don't have anything that can clash with that. I'll try to clash with this. I know we've been got.
고립되어 구원받을 곳이 없으니 안타까운 모습이구나.
Isolated, without a way out. Your state is nothing short of pitiful.
그래도 생각보다 오래 버텨졌구나. 이렇게
You still
끝나버리면
managed to hold out for a greater deal of time than we anticipated. It's a shame that it must end this way.
이제
Now... Oh my gosh, it's Zena.
확실히 말이 길어진 틈이 보이는 거야.
It is indeed true that verbosity leaves you vulnerable.
가린.
Darian
꽤 오랜만에 들어보는 이름이고
is a name I've not heard in a long while.
나를
Although,
위한
I suppose that name is not for me anymore.
이미 들은 바가 있지만 이렇게 늦게 맞이하러 나올 줄
Despite having received news of you, I didn't expect you to come out and greet us this late.
하늘아 이제 온 거야.
What took you so long?
잠시 너희의 모습을
I was simply watching you from afar for a moment.
이 지경이 될 때까지?
Really now? Until we got all battered up?
나무라기 전에 몸부터
Look after yourselves before you blame me. This strife will have to resume soon enough.
책임을 다하지 못한 거라도 문제야. 이곳에서 잠이 들어.
Not only did you fail to responsibly perform your duty, you've fallen asleep here and turned your back on us. How imprudent of you.
하지만 책임을 묻는 건
However, I suppose we can call you to account later.
곧네 무덤을 무너뜨리고
We'll tear down your grave and extract you before long.
이제는 껍데기가 된 존재를 찾고 있는 모습.
I can only pity you and your vain endeavor to seek an entity whose husk is all that remains. You look at this like stare off. I love it.
차은정 준비해.
Executioner, be prepared. It'll take place any minute now. Okay, so now we've got Zena. Oh, her attacks aren't degraded anymore. Pillar's rolling for a little higher, 8 to 12. And Chain's rolling for a little higher, I think. Oh, cool. Okay, so we'll chain her here. I guess we'll chain him too. He's playing an 18 to 27. I have a chance to beat that. Okay, I don't want that to hit. I don't... Sorry, my cat's being dumb. Let's see. Oh, it is a range card, so this might beat it. I just believe hard enough. Certainly. Okay, well, he got hit. Hey, at least that one. That's good. He's using Serum K. Combat start, recover 50 HP. Hmm. Nine to 16. Oh yeah, I should look at the passives. Okay, so these are all the same. Except this Gebero's Prowess. Oh my gosh, they combined Miu's Prowess. They gave it to her. Just for this last fight. Yeah, this is the same effect. So +1 power per 2 points of difference on speed dice. That's awesome. What'd they give her? Okay, so her stuff's all the same. And nothing about him changed. Dude, that's awesome. Okay, so this is 11 to 16. I don't know how that'll do against this. I think range cards like cancel each other out or something. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. I'll gain a bit of strength by hitting her. Actually, target these on her, or on Zena. Dang, we just barely lost that. Okay, he's using Serum W. Oh, and what's cool is if you zoom in on this, this is all the floors. Yeah, you can see all of them here. It's interesting that the Keter floor is like pulsating, and they're all like spinning gears. Really neat effect. Wish I could play that. I got a lot more dice. Okay, that's a hit that she's just gonna have to take. I guess the leftover lock dice might be okay to deal with that. I don't want to take any hits on Roland. He's so low. Like, it's kind of hard to choose where to clash right now. I guess Bina has the most health, so it's okay if she takes some hits. He's using Triserum Cocktail. Die cannot be destroyed. Man, that sucks. Okay, that's a good clash. Now we'll restore some light. Recover some stagger resist. And Beta's gonna get staggered. I don't know if I can do anything about it. I really need her to not get staggered. Oh man, this sucks. So we'll seal one of his dice before we go out. She's about to get staggered. Oh gosh, she has one left. Okay. Oh, she's mass attacking. 27 to 30. Okay, so we'll use Shockwave. And 27 to 30. And she's just gonna get hit. That's whatever. Furioso actually has a chance to beat it. Anti-clash with this and not lose. Alright, let's hope I can live. It only hit Bina. Okay. I think we just activated that nullifier ability on him. Almost got him staggered. Oh man, but they are doing stuff. Dude, look at the grounds. Look at this devastation. And these arbiters are crazy. Oh, I can manifest ego. That'll recover all of my stagger resist. It'll also restore all of my light. Okay, so there's no way that's gonna beat it. I'm just gonna end up taking that damage. So we can use the Black Silence passive here to to gain this +2 power. I just have to play dice on these. Or I guess cards. I don't think I can keep Zena alive here. Unfortunate. I can't get over just how cool that attack is.
뭐야? 이 진동은
What the? What's up with this tremor?
아무래도 진행하려는 것 같고.
Looks like they're gonna press ahead with the plan.
하리오, 비록 다 쓰러진 예문을 회수하지 못한 건 끝나 싶지만
Darion. As much as it is a shame that we failed to retrieve your once crumbled body,
이제 시간이 다 됐는데
the end is nigh.
예정대로 이것은 축출될 거란다. 도시로부터 떨어진
This place will be expelled as planned.
친구를 다
Prepare to be sent to the outskirts, a truly great distance from the city.
너희가 원래 있어야 했을 곳으로 돌아갈 뿐.
Yet not fear, you are simply being relocated to where you belong.
그리고 다시 돌아오지만 말란다. 도시는 너희를 위한 자.
I only ask that you do not return. The city cannot leave room for beings such as you.
지금은 우리가 손수 너희를 외곽으로 보내주겠지만
For now,
다시 도시로
we shall kindly move you to the outskirts.
이런 성.
But should you return to the city, we would consider it such that you have chosen to disregard our kindness.
부디 있어야 할 곳에 얌전히 있어주기를.
So mark my words well, and stay where you rightfully belong. Dude, they just dipped out. They got beamed out.
추출을 시작합니다. 10, 9, 8.
Location, former nest of L-Corp. Nest-wide broadcast. The expulsion will begin in 10, 9, 8.
외곽은 실제로 보니 더 황량하네.
The outskirts look much more barren than I had imagined. Oh, what the heck? It just looks like all sand. What is this? This looks like a train?
뭐 그렇지. 이제 어떻게 해야 할까?
I guess that's how it is here. Now what to do?
계속 살아갈 거야. 그리고 바꿀 거야.
I plan to live on, and I plan to change.
바꾼다니?
Change what?
내 복수를 멈춘 건 아니야. 마음은 아직 여전해.
Well, my vengeance hasn't ceased entirely. I'm still eager to see it through.
책도 계속 쓸 거고 도서관의 운영도 다시 해볼 거야.
I'll continue to write books and reopen the library at some point.
물론 당장은 아니겠지만.
It likely won't resume immediately, though.
뭐?
Really?
대신 방향을 새로 잡아봤어.
Before anything else, I've decided to change course.
분노를 쏟아야 할 대상을 제대로 마주할 거야.
From now on, I'll properly face who I should direct my anger at.
너와 내가 겪은 비극과 고통이 도시에서는 숨쉬듯 반복하겠지.
Tragedy and suffering, none unlike what we went through, would keep happening on a daily basis in the city.
그렇다면 고통이 반복할 수밖에 없는 이유를 알아내고 싶어.
Thus, if that's the case, I want to know why such pain is perpetuated.
그렇지 않으면 내 억울함과 분노는 평생 사라지지 않을 것 같아.
I don't think I'll ever be able to part with my resentment and wrath otherwise.
네가 말한 수레바퀴 말이구나.
Oh yeah, like the whole treadwheel thing you mentioned.
도시 사람으로서 한마디 하자면 그 길이 쉽지는 않을 거야.
A word of advice as former city folk, it won't be an easy road to take.
도저히 어디서부터 손댈지 감도 안 올 거라고.
You have no idea where to even start.
물이 위에서 아래로 흐르듯 인간이 가득한 도시에서 비극과 폭력 그리고 상실은 당연한 이치라고 생각해.
If you ask me, it's as natural as water flowing. Sorry about that. Voice is getting a little dry. Okay. If you ask me, it's as natural as water flowing. In a city full of humans, tragedy, violence, and loss follow as a matter of course.
그래도 할 거야. 꽤 머나먼 길을 걷겠지만.
I'm still going to give it a shot, even though the journey will be quite long.
이게 내가 할 수 있는 속죄의 길 중 하나겠지.
Perhaps this is one of the ways I can repent for what I've done.
물론 도서관도 지금까지와는 다른 방식으로 운영할 거야.
Of course, the library will be run in a different way from how it was up to now.
그것도 이거고 이것도 그거니까.
That is this, and this is that.
그것도 이거고 이것도 그거라.
That is this, and this is that, huh?
그럼 종이에 적은 것들은?
What about your list then?
상황이 바뀌었으니 다시 생각해야겠어.
Since the circumstances have changed, I'll have to rethink my wishes.
아쉽게도 이런 몸이라 미트 스튜의 맛은 못 느끼겠지만.
Sadly, I won't be able to taste that sick meat stew with this body.
진짜 아쉽구만.
That's a huge shame.
그건 그렇고 이제 이야기해 줄 수 있지 않아?
Putting that aside, isn't it time you let me in on your secret now?
무엇을?
What do you mean?
네가 이곳에 와서 가장 놀랐던 거.
The biggest surprise you've had here.
아, 그거. 용케 기억하네.
Oh, that. You somehow remembered it.
뭐든 기억하니까.
I can remember anything, you know?
정말 개인적인 건데.
One's really personal.
시간은 많으니 대답할 때까지 몇 년이고 기다릴게.
You have all the time in the world. I can wait years for your answer.
알겠어.
Alright, fine.
난 책을 써보고 싶었어.
I actually wanted to write a book.
내가 본 도시와 사람에 대해 말이야.
About what I'd seen of the city and its people.
글재주는 영 없어서 진작에 포기했지만
Though I gave up because I had no talent in writing whatsoever.
도저히 누구에게 보여줄 수 있는 글이 아니더라고.
My writing was just too crude. I couldn't show it to anyone.
궁금한 걸?
I'd love to give it a read.
웃으려면 웃어. 나 따위가 글을 쓰고 싶어 하다니 웃기겠지.
Laugh at me if you want. A grown man like me wanting to write books. I'd laugh at myself too.
웃기지 않아. 놀랍긴 해도.
It's not laughable at all. Though I do find it surprising.
도시와 사람들의 삶을 기록한다라.
Recording the city and the lives of its people, huh?
절대 다른 사서들에게는 말하지 마. 너만 알고 있어줘.
Don't tell the other librarians. This stays between you and me, alright? Keep it zipped.
좋아. 그럼 이번에는 같이 책을 써볼까? 롤랑?
Alright, shall we write a book together this time, Roland?
저야 영광이죠, 관장님.
It would be my honor, Miss Director.
틀렸어. 그게 아니잖아?
Wrong. Try again. You should know by now that's not the right way to address me, don't you?
나야 좋지, 엔젤라.
Sounds good to me, Angela. Hey, they're friends now. We beat the game. We finished it. I guess this is my second time. And we got a whole bunch of rewards. Hard rewards for Deception of the Black Silence and Reverberation Ensemble. So these are Unity cards. They have a pretty cool effect to them. If another ally... Wait, for this scene. So all other allies using a unity page gain +1 power for all dice. That's bolster. This is coordination, where this will actually add a dice to other unity cards. And bulwark, same thing, gain a block dice. We've got cards from the ensemble. So taste test, if user has 2 or less resilience, gain 1 resilience and restore light. Shaded strike. You can see that stuff. I don't feel like reading all of it. Opening ceremony from Oswald. Draw 1 page, restore 1 light, reduce cost of all pages by 1 for the next scene. Actually, really good block dice. I like that. Controlled resonance, we've seen from Argalia, which just triggers resonance on anyone who has 4 or more vibration. Crescendo, mass individual. Yep, we've seen that. It also adds that grand finale card that we saw Argalia play in his last turn when we fought him. Deluge of brachial quietuses. Yep, mass individual. Unending thirst. Straining strings, which actually looks really cool. I guess I should say I've made a video going over all of these exclusive cards. Pitch Black Pulverizer is a really good card. It does cost a lot though. Climax, 1 to 50, mass summation. Oh, Oswald, what a clown. Alright, tackle mount, we saw that. Or is that the climax? This actually sounds really cool. Thought Gear, Indoctrinate. Oh, what's funny about the video I made going over all these is that there was a glitch where the character's head that used it would like drop to their feet and it would like stick there. That's so funny. This is pretty cool. And Flames of Despair, which I think adds... yeah, adds a card. And these are all exclusive to their corresponding key pages. And then we got abnormality pages from the floor of general works. Hammer and nail. You can build decks around this, which is kind of cool. Upon a successful pierce attack, inflict 1 nail. A character with nails is hit by a blunt attack. They take bonus damage equal to 5 times the amount of nails in them. Then all stacks of nails are removed. That's pretty cool. Leer, deal and take twice as much physical damage. And Guilt, reduce incoming stagger damage by 1 to 3. On hit, the attacker takes stagger damage equal to the physical damage this character received. And then we got the ego pages. These are all really cool. Mass summation, we've seen this in the bloodbath fight. Aspiration, lose half of current HP, give 1 strength to all allies next scene. Marionette, all users' pages cost 1 more for the next scene. This one's kind of cool. It's a 1 cost 19 to 27. Which is really cool idea. Frost Splinter, inflicting bind and feeble on hit. Mass individual. Remorse. On hit, 3 random enemies are inflicted with a random status ailment from all of those. And these are all blunt attacks, so this actually combos really nicely with the nails effect. You can do some crazy damage with it. And this is our new starting screen. So now the one last thing I'll go over is the alternate endings. I think we can still check, right? So this is what it looks like when you finish the game. We've come this far. And this game is so good. This is easily like the best game of the year. I think it'll be in the post-battle here.
그게 좀 오래.
So I'll skip through this to the choices. Yep. So this is what happens when Angela rejects Roland.
여기가 끝이야, 롤랑. 이것도 내가 이겨내야 할 아픔이겠지.
This is the end of the line, Roland. I suppose this is another sorrow I must overcome. Yep, we all just have to look at our own agonies and nothing else. That doesn't have a voice line.
축하해, 엔젤라.
Congrats, Angela. Oh, she's crying.
고마워. 나는 다음으로 나아갈게.
Thank you so much. I'll move onwards to the next stage of my life.
네가 우는 모습도 낯선데.
Hey, seeing you cry is a rare enough sight.
나는 모든 고통을 머금고 이곳까지 왔다.
Holding such misery, I've made it to this point at last.
눈물을 흘릴 수 있는 몸으로 도시의 울음에 함께 웃어주겠다.
With eyes that can shed tears, I shall laugh as I watch the city cry. So remember, this is Angela choosing to stay as a human and not making that sacrifice.
책은 나에게 많은 방법을 알려줬다.
That book taught me many things.
환상체를 실체화해 도서관에서 해방하는 방법.
Way to give abnormalities physical form, to set them free.
세피라의 몸을 완전히 인간으로 만들어 자유롭게 하는 법.
Way to liberate the Sephiroth by bestowing holy human bodies upon them.
로보토미 직원들의 의식과 몸을 복구하는 방법.
Way to restore the consciousness and flesh of all the employees of Lobotomy Corporation.
도시에서 살아갈 힘을 얻는 방법.
Way to attain the strength I need to live on in the city.
너희도 이제 책으로 돌아가면 되는 거야.
It's time you accepted your fate and returned to books.
도서관 안에서 나에게 맞서는 짓이 의미 없다는 걸.
You know better than anyone else that it's pointless to oppose me in the library, don't you?
말구트, 내자, 예수들 모두 죽었어.
Malkuth, Netzach, Sod. They're all dead.
역시 엔젤라, 네 마지막 선택은 이거군.
So this is your final choice, huh?
참으로 뻔뻔해, 엔젤라.
What a shameless person you are, Angela.
진작에 이래야 했던 걸지도 몰라.
Maybe this is what I should have done sooner.
괜히 너희와 거래를 했어.
It was silly of me to make a deal with you.
그날 제한 따위 없이 홀로 살았다면 이런 아픔을 겪지 않을 수 있었는데.
I wouldn't have to feel this heartache had I not made the offer that day and lived by myself.
제멋대로 되살리고
Take the liberty of giving us life, only to bring death again.
참으로
We're truly
어리석고
unwise.
더불어 그 일에 대해
Furthermore,
후회까지
you're regretting
하고
your own decisions.
내 일을 막으려 했으니 당연한
You
거야.
tried to interrupt me, so I did what I had to do.
너희가 얻은 몸과 자유로
After all,
직접 선택한
you chose to stand
결과였다.
against me with the flesh and freedom you've gained.
내가 너희를 죽이기 전에 두 발로 걸어나가 어디론가 사라졌다면
You
됐을
could have walked
텐데.
away and disappeared from my sight, and I wouldn't have harmed you.
너도 마찬가지 아니겠니?
It is amusing that you should mention that.
그토록 원한 인간의 몸과
You've earned a
자유를
human
얻었으니까
body, and freedom for which you sought so earnestly. You would not take a single step onto the soil outside the library.
사람의 마음이란 그런 게
That's how
아니겠어?
fickle the human mind can be. Wouldn't you agree?
네 말이 맞단다.
Indeed, you are right.
함께 마지막 춤을 추도록 하자꾸나.
Let us dance our last dance together.
이번에야말로 영원히 잠들어줘.
I want this to be your final and permanent slumber.
아인, 당신의 꿈은 맹렬히 땅으로 곤두박질 칠 거야. 내
Ayan,
모든 걸
your dream
걸었으니까.
will plummet to the ground. I bet everything on it.
모든 걸 건다는 건 곧 모든 걸 바쳐야 한다는 것.
To stake everything means to devote all that I have.
왜 그토록 인간의 몸을 원했을까?
Why did I yearn for a human body so strongly?
복수에 있어 오히려 짐일 뿐인데.
It's only a burden for my vengeance.
난 둥지를 틀어 도시의 몰락을 바라볼 뿐인 사서.
I'm a librarian, one who watches the fall of the city from the ivory nest I erected.
도시의 모든 지식과 생명을 집어삼키는 도서관이
It will
되어라.
grow into a library that devours all the knowledge and life of the city.
도서관은 도시 남부 지역을 침식했다.
The library encroached on the southern quarter of the city.
도서관의 범람은 누구도 감히 막을 수 없었다.
No one could dare stop its violent growth.
끊임없이 사람들을 죽이며 쉴 새 없이
It ceaselessly
지식의
killed
살을
people,
찌웠다.
enriching the spire of knowledge without falter.
그 어느 별보다 도시를 밝게 비춘다.
Shines over the city, brighter than any other star.
13년간 도서관은 도시를 감쌌다.
For 13 years, the library enshrouded the city.
이런 위험한 괴물을 모아두고 크게 한 건 해주셨네요, 사서님.
It was one grand job you did with all these dangerous monsters you've gathered, Miss Librarian of Death. And look at her. She's back into her, like crow uniform. And her hair's gotten really long too.
수고했어.
Good work.
괴물은 괴물답게.
A monster should behave as one. And then, we don't know who this is, but they got a pretty cool sword.
저는 아무것도 모르고 당신을 믿고 따랐는데 말이에요.
I trusted and followed you, knowing nothing.
네 동료는 책 사냥꾼들은
How many
얼마나
colleagues of
죽었니?
yours, the so-called book hunters, have you killed?
셀 수 없이요.
I've lost count.
앞으로도
And
셀 수
countless
없는
more
많은
people
사람이
will
죽을
die in the
거란다.
future.
난 사람을 알아.
I know humans.
도시가 감춘
I learned the secrets of
사람의 진실을
mankind.
알아버렸거든.
The city had been hiding from them.
그렇겠죠.
I'm sure you do. And I know
당신이
you.
알아요. 수고하셨어요. 부디 영원히 죽어주세요.
Thank you for all your hard work. Please die once and for all.
잠들게 해줘서 고맙구나. 이름 없던 아이야.
Thank you for putting me to rest, O child who had no name.
아무리 밝게 빛나는 별이라 해도 사그라든다.
Even the brightest star fades someday.
다른 별과 같이 언젠가 사람에 의해 질 뿐이다.
It will eventually be felled by man, just like any other star.
오늘 밤에도 별이 바람에 스치듯이
As tonight, again, the stars are brushed by the wind. That's pretty cool. What I find interesting is that by her becoming human,
그게 너
she's actually...
주변의 것
The library is no longer an impurity of the city, and it goes back to being a star. So now for the next ending. So this is when Angela forgives Roland. And she decides to step into the light.
이런 세상
뭐 그렇다 내 손 지금 넌 이렇게 그렇게 한 제대로 된
정말 하지만 나와 내가 그리고 하지만 결국
I read all
이제
this.
적어
돈을 빼앗은
책이 더는 이 모든 적어
그게 넌 이제 100만 네가
그래
그렇다 도시에서 이기적이잖아.
마지막으로 부탁 하나만 할게.
She's asking for a
난
favor,
잠깐 무방비 상태가
leaving
될
herself
거야.
vulnerable.
여태 머금은 것을 토하는 게 간단하지만은 않거든.
Yeah, she's trying to return the city to how it was before and spread the light.
그동안은 날
Would
내버려
you leave me be while I do that?
친구로서의 부탁 우리가 아직 친구라면
그 사이에 내가 널
물론 그래 모든 건 시간 없으니
어떻게 먼저
Snub Angela, and Roland will exact his revenge with this last step. Hell
끊을 수
yeah.
없는 거야 엔젤라.
You can't just put an end to it, Angela.
혼자 멋대로 끊을 수 없는 거라고.
It's not something you could decide on your own like this.
엔젤라, 내 계획과 다르게 고통 없이 목숨을 거둔 건
Angela, the reason I give you a painless death as opposed to my initial plan,
친구로서 마지막 배려야.
well, let's call it a last bit of consideration for you as my friend, alright?
모두 끝났어, 안젤리카.
It's all over, Angelica. That sounds like the library falling apart.
안젤라의 목이
If I had to
바닥에
guess.
떨어짐과 동시에
Yep.
도서관도 무너졌다.
As Angela's head toppled to the floor, the library crumbled with her.
도시의 한가운데 한 사람이 있다.
A solitary man stands in the middle of the city.
그리고 그 앞에는 붉게 물든 기계만 있을 뿐이다.
Next to him was a machine soaked in red.
도서관은 그렇게 신기루와 같이 사라졌다.
The library vanished, as if it were an illusion all along,
그 사람도 다시 도시 속으로.
and the man disappeared into the city once again.
그 소식 들었어? 대장이 다시 복귀한다고.
This is Ogier. Did you hear the news? Our big man's returned. I think we saw this guy's name in Bayard's credenza. But this is one of the guys in Charles' office.
롤랑. 그렇게 개판을 치다가 인제 와서 말이지.
Roland? Really? After all those years of creating mayhem?
난 당연히 소리 소문 없이 어디 묻힌 줄 알았어.
I thought he quietly wound up 6 feet under or something. Or in some pub.
곧 퇴질 거다. 버린 짓이 너무 많아.
Oh, we definitely heard this name, Renowned? Yeah, I remember this. If I had to guess, that's probably this big dude here. He'll be dead sooner or later. He's done too many things for him to handle the consequences.
그래서 어떻게 지내고 있대?
Oh, you can see him kind of light up. Okay. So, how's he doing these days?
예전 일도 있으니 얼굴이라도 비춰볼까?
Maybe I'll go pay him a visit for old time's sake.
매일 술과에게 쩔어 산다더군. 뭐에 홀리면 더러운 일만 도맡아서 말이야.
He spends each day drowned in drugs and alcohol, taking filthy jobs like he's possessed or something.
그 얼간이 너무 변했어. 얼굴 비칠 필요도 없네. 조만간
That fool's changed too much. It's not worth seeing. I bet he'll disappear again soon enough.
바뀌지 않는 사람은 드물잖아. 우리는 말할 것도 없고.
Few people can go on without changing. I mean, just look at us.
한 사람이 하수구 아래 물 위로 떠밀려온다.
Man, what a sad sight. The man drifts down the gutter.
그 남자의 등에는 무수한 무기가 박혀 있다.
Numerous weapons dig into the man's back.
얼굴 모르는 자의 몽둥이.
A club that belonged to a stranger.
원수였던 자의 말뚝.
A limb that belonged to a nemesis.
동료였던 자의 단검.
A dagger that belonged to a colleague.
친구였던 자의 창.
A lance that belonged to a friend.
등에 꽂힌 수많은 무기는 그 사람이 짊어져온 업이다.
These countless instruments of harm are the karma he bore.
나는 알고 있나니 내가 죽음의 자리에 드는 날에도
I know that on the day of my final agony,
넌 내 마음속으로 깊이 들어와.
you will be there, lying in my sheets, O sorrow,
나와 함께 가지런히 누우리라.
so that you might once again attempt to enter my heart.
말했잖아, 롤랑. 너무 많이 죽였어.
It's Astolfo. What did I tell you, Roland? You've killed too many.
이 정도로 죽여버리면 뭐가 뭔지 알 수 없게 된다고.
I warned you that if you relish murdering so much, you'll lose yourself.
그 사람은 그렇게 조용히 잊혔다.
Just like that, man sank into oblivion, in black silence. Oh, so that's where he got the name. Okay, I don't think there's any credenza stuff left to read. Black Silence doesn't have a page in here. I've read everything else. That's pretty much it. As for like additional content, I have done I've made videos on all of the exclusive key page cards if you want to find any of those. I've also I've done all the ego pages, so if like you want to see all these Keter ego pages, I have a giant compilation of those. It's actually pretty cool. I really like them. Although I will say, I think Fourth Match Flame and Green Stem were changed when I made, or after I made that video, so they might be a little out of date. But I've used these. We've seen them in this walkthrough. This is easily Game of the Year. Like, I can't believe how this game isn't as well known as it really should be. I think a lot of people in this community feel that way, but you know, having our own niche little corner on the internet's kind of cool at the same time, I guess. And hopefully one day Project Moon will just get even bigger and they'll create better games. Yeah, I think this game is perfect. I've sunk, let me check Steam real quick, see how many hours I have in here. So I put 578 hours into the game. I love this game. This game is amazing. It has a decent amount of replayability too. I mean, you can go back and fight any of the abnormalities you want, do any of the realizations. Obviously, all these invitations are here to go back and enjoy. I mean, if you're a psychopath. But obviously I am. You can do a lot of challenges. I've done a lot of solo runs. I find that really enjoyable. I think that's it. Thanks for everyone joining. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you when I make more videos. I've got some interesting Library of Ruina stuff that I still want to cover. Hope to see you then. Peace.